Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Friday, the 10th of September 2021. Today's Millwall news. But before we get to that, a little bit of housekeeping. A couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, I uploaded a video about possible restrictions that may be coming to the den enforced by the government on people who haven't had a needle stuck in their arm twice. And that video has been age restricted by YouTube. They do not like people talking about what's happening in the world today. They especially don't like people talking about it and opposing it, saying negative things about it, standing up for themselves and that kind of thing, and shedding light on what's happening. So I just wanted to tell everyone, if you didn't know, that all of the videos that I put up to YouTube are also available on BitChute. That's been going on since the start. It's not a thing that I've just done. I've always been doing that. And I can genuinely say, I think that the Daily Meal is the biggest Millwall channel on BitChute. It's the biggest Millwall channel on BitChute. And the thing is, it seems to be the only Millwall channel on BitChute. So, comme ci, comme ça, huh? Biggest, but the only one. And so, if you want to see that video, if you're not a subscriber, if you don't have a YouTube account, and you clicked on that video, and it said you needed to log in, and you don't want to do that, you don't want to have an account with Google to watch YouTube videos, the video is available on BitChute. You can watch it, no problems over there. It's not restricted at all. So I just wanted to let everyone know that. So moving on now to the business. Oh, this was not, when I saw this story this morning, it was not good. It was not good. So here we go. Look at this. So it's a clickbait website. We know. Footballleagueworld.co.uk. And they're stirring it up. They're stirring it up with Jed Wallace. Like he said in his interview in the Southern News this week, don't believe what you read. Well, I'm reading this, and I really don't want to believe this. Celtic, Rangers, Newcastle, and West Ham among clubs tracking Millwall man amid contract saga. West Ham. Say it ain't so, Jed. What's happening here? So Millwall star Jed Wallace is a man in demand with a cluster of top flight clubs. 2 of those are in Scotland. No offence to Scottish people, but they're not Premier League. As well as Championship ones, all vying to signing attacking midfielder in January. Sources have exclusively told Football League World. The 27-year-old is out of contract at the Den next summer after joining the Lions permanently in the summer of 2017, and since then he has been consistently the club's most creative outlet. An offer is on the table for Wallace to potentially extend his stay in South Bermondsey, but his 21 Championship goals and 18 assists in the last 2 full seasons, coupled with his flying start to this season, where he's scored all 3 times already, have seen his interest in his services ramp up. As well as Championship big guns West Brom, a host of Premier League teams including Burnley, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, West Ham United and Brentford are all watching Wallace's situation with interest, as well as Scottish Giants, Rangers and Celtic, who can approach him on a pre-contract agreement in January. Millwall are keen to get Wallace tied down as soon as possible. Football League World sources say that it's looking increasingly difficult for the club to get their prized asset to commit to a nil deal. Speaking about his contract situation this week, Wallace told News at Den, there was a conversation a few months ago that's been documented. I don't have much expertise in contracts and negotiations. I'm just concentrating on playing football, playing the best I can. My dream is to get Millwall promoted to the Premier League. I've never hidden away from that, and I'm doing the best I can to try and help us do that. And he also said, so I think in yesterday's video I gave you the fuller quote. What he said was, I want to play in the Premier League, and I want to play in the Premier League with Millwall. But he said I wanted to play in the Premier League first. Now here's the thing, so he gets to January and we don't look like we're anywhere near going up. So we're now, does he tell the club, so it looks like your Millwall's not going to be in the Premier League next season, Mr. Kavanagh, Mr. Burrelson. I'm going to let you know I'll be leaving at the end of the season. Maybe you might want to cash in now. But I won't be going anywhere. I won't be going to the highest bidder. I'll be going where I want to go, because at the end of the season I can go where I want anyway. So let my agent sort out a deal, and then we'll bring it to you, and you can either say yes or no to the price they're willing to pay. Now I would prefer that to Jed just walking out at the end of the season, especially if he's going to West Ham. And to be honest with you, I would hope Jed Wallace has enough about him to not go to West Ham. If he went to Crystal Palace, I wouldn't mind. We've had players go there before. And even though Crystal Palace, they like to think they're a bigger club than us. They're not really. They're just enjoying their moment in the sun. I imagine they'll be back down in this league, or even the one below, pretty soon. It's just a matter of time. They're stagnating. That they're in that crappy ground. They're looking to build a new one, but nothing's happening there. So if he went to Crystal Palace, I wouldn't mind. But if he went to West Ham, especially on a free at the end of the season, I really wouldn't like that. Like you said, his ambition was to play in the Premier League. So if he went to Scotland, if he left Millwall for Celtic or Rangers, I would understand, especially depending which one was in the Champions League group stage, or did they get I don't think they go in the group stage. I think they get third qualifying round or something like that. So whichever one was in that, I would understand. But yeah, but that's still not Premier League. So why are you leaving Millwall for them? But so he's from the Portsmouth area. He has his family that way as well, and he has been linked a lot of times to teams in the Midlands. So they're saying West Brom here, or they're not in the Premier League. They might be next season, but they're not. So if he leaves us for them, they're talking about Brentford, another London team. So I imagine for him, Southampton's off the table. Or I'm not even sure they would even be interested in him. Brighton, would Brighton be interested in him? They don't seem to be signing a lot of English players. They have signed, the English players have generally come for their youth team. They sign a lot of foreigners. So where will Jed Wallace go? And here's the thing. So if we're looking like we might be promoted, he could stay till the end of the season. But here's another even worse scenario. If we are in a relegation battle and the club are stuck, if he tells them, like, if he says, and it's obvious, or even if he doesn't say, and the board can see that he's going to be on his way out next season because we're nowhere near the Premier League, and he wants to play Premier League football, and he thinks there's going to be offers there, but we're in a relegation battle, then they really cannot sell him, even if they want to cash in before he walks out the door on a free, because they need him to stay up. So that would be the worst scenario, where he tells us he's going to leave at the end of the season. Not the fans, not us, but the people who make decisions at the club. He tells them, look, I thought you were going to be contending for Premier League this season. You're not. I want to play in the Premier League one day, like Steve Morrison wanted to do. You know, he came from the conference, and we let him go to Norwich City, and he played in the Premier League. He was average, but he can. That's on his resume. It's on his Wikipedia entry. He's got memories of that. So, and he scored in the Premier League. He did okay. Wasn't a well beater, but who is? But if Jed Wallace says, yeah, I want to play in the Premier League and I'm leaving, but we're in a relegation fight, and the club say, we need you to stay here to help us stay up. And then they can't sell him, and then we are out of pocket. That would be the worst scenario. And then if he walks out on a free to West Ham, because they're the only team in the Premier League who are offering him a contract, that really would stick in the gut. I don't know what about you. It would to me. So Newcastle United, Burnley. He's been linked with Burnley before. So Crystal Palace, Brentford. So a lot of teams in London, and a few in the Midlands. Yeah, but like I said, it's a clickbait website. Don't panic. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be here for many years to come. We will see. And I don't know. What do you think? You think he's staying? Do you think he's going? And if he did go to West Ham, would you be upset? Would you be angry? If he went to West Ham on a free, or if they ended up paying for him, and they paid a fair price for him? I don't know. What do you think? Leave your answer in the comments. So, we have a game tomorrow. It's against West Bromwich Albion, WBA. And this is from 11v11. It's the head-to-head from West Brom and Millwall. And I've sorted it by West Brom home games, Millwall away. The last time we played them, 2019 in a League Cup in August, and we won 2-1. Now, that might be because 3 days earlier, if you go up one, we played them in the league and drew 1-1, so maybe we wore them down a bit and got the best of them in the game 3 days later. Now, before that, if you look, so we lost in 2018, didn't play them for a while. 2003, we lost to them. We won in 2001, so that's the last league game we won 20 years ago against them. Like, we've been in different divisions, so not a lot of goals as well. So that League Cup game was 3 goals, and every other one has been 3 goals or less. Not a lot of goals. And in 1995 we lost again. So the last win, so 2001, and then way before that 1991. So do they come when the year ends in 1? When the year ends in 1, we beat West Brom. That would mean we might win tomorrow. I'm clutching at straws here. Yeah. So you can see 86, 87, 91. We seem to have the mark on them. Won 3 games in a row, but that was the glory years versus West Brom, because going away to West Brom hasn't been kind to Millwall. We lost 6-1 on Boxing Day 1929. Anyone watch that game? No, before my time. We actually won there on Boxing Day. So again, Boxing Day games. Wow. 1987, at the height of our promotion push to get into the top division, we won 4-1. And that was it. That was our best performance, as well as 10th of May 1947, 1-4-2. But not a lot of draws, a lot of defeats, and not a lot of wins. Wins at away at West Brom are few and far between. So what's going to happen tomorrow? So what does David Bratton think? Now, before I show you my prediction, I want to show you this to show you how snide Sky Sports are. Look at this. So they've updated this at 10:54. Now, why have they updated it? Because he made a prediction for Friday night's game, and they've removed it, so we can't see whether he was right or wrong. That's how snide Sky Sports are. Why would you remove it? Why would you do that? Seriously, what is the point of that? Just leave it up. If he got it right, he got it right. He got it wrong, he got it wrong. Why are they removing the prediction because it already happened on Friday night? Literally makes no sense. So up here at the top would have been Birmingham versus Derby and what he thought would happen. But of course, Birmingham won 2-0 and we don't know what he predicted because they've taken it down. Like the snides that they are. So what does he say about West Brom Millwall? So here we go. Saturday at 3 PM. West Brom proved against Peterborough before the international break that they can win the types of ugly, scrappy games you need to if you're really going to push in this league. It was a kind of victory you may well look back on as pivotal at the end of a promotion-winning season. Millwall got their first win of the campaign against Blackpool before the break, but 2 weeks off and a tough trip to the Hawthorns may well halt any momentum they could have built from that. Home win for me, and Prutton predicts 3-1. 3-1. Okay. So not looking good so far for Millwall. 3-1, quite heavy. Heavy defeat there for Millwall. So this is from WhoScored.com. They've made a complete hash of this team. Apparently McNamara will not be playing. Mason Bennett and Leonard may be involved in the squad, but the other players who are injured will not be. We have no idea what the freaking system's going to be. 5-2-3, 5-3-2, 5-4-1, 5-5-0. Who knows? So Callum Robinson's back after recovering from COVID-19. Okay. So here are the match facts. West Brom have won their last 4 matches in the Championship. So they're due a loss or a draw. I'm clutching at straws here. West Brom has seen under 2.5 goals in 5 of their last 6 matches against Millwall in all competitions. So that suggests 3-1 is out the window. Maybe a 0-0. I'll take that. Especially because I'm not travelling up there. But for those of you who will, I'm sure you probably won't fancy going all that way for a 0-0. But that would be a good result. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in Mill's last 3 Championship games. Aha. Okay, so that's because of our leaky defence. Not as good as it was last season. Millwall failed to win, so we haven't won our last 5 away games in the Championship. Aha. Okay, so drawn or loss. 5 last away matches. Okay. That means we're due then. West Brom are due to lose and we're due to win. It's got to happen sometime. If you're on a roulette wheel and you keep, how many times can you get a black or red in a row? It's got to change, innit? If there were four reds in a row, would you be happy dumping all your money on red to come up again? Or would you go for black? It's got to change, innit? Oh no. They predict West Brom 3, Millwall 1. I think they're copying David Prutton, to be honest. I think this guy, he's got to do all the predictions, so I think he copies the ones from Sky Sports. West Brom claimed victory in the most dramatic fashion 2 weeks ago when Semi Ajayi's last gasp goal sealed a 1-0 away victory against a struggling Peterborough side. The Baggies have won 4 league games on the bounce and are only off the top of the table on goal difference. So they struggled against Peterborough. So I imagine Peterborough were hardcore defensive, parking the bus, so to speak. I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but I assume that's what they did. And they only just managed to score at the end. And I imagine, our problem this season so far has been set pieces. conceding set pieces now. Our West Brom set piece team, they seem to be a ball playing team, playing the ball on the floor, through balls and whatnot. Maybe we could resist that. It's just the set pieces we've got a problem with. Millwall were handed a gift last time out when Callum Connolly was sent off within 15 minutes, but still needed a last gasp Jake Cooper goal to secure the 3 points against Blackpool. That result ended a run of 4 league games without a victory and moves the Lions club up to the London club up to 17th place. Okay. And they predict 3-1. So, and they say, match forecast, West Bromwich Albion will score as a result of a through ball. Really? Okay. We will see. So, yeah. That's the prediction. 3-1. Now, what do I think? I have no idea. I have literally no idea. I would think... Is Ojo going to play? Has he come off the bench? Now, if we can keep it... If we can do what Rowett is doing, what he's been doing, trying to keep the score down to 0-0, and if we're lucky, get a goal on the break. But that hasn't been working. It wasn't working last season. It was not working this season. So we generally try and defend, and then end up conceding, then have to attack. And if we're lucky, we'll get a goal and end up drawing. Or if we're unlucky, we will end up losing. If we can defend, so it seems they had a problem with Peterborough last week, a couple of weeks ago. If we can defend, we can frustrate them. And we could probably keep it 0-0 for quite a while. And then Ojo comes off the bench as they're attacking us. And he guns it and he scores on his debut. Or he guns it and then he sets up someone else and we score. Either way, for some reason, I'm feeling kind of lucky. I think we could be seeing West Brom nil, Millwall a 1. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Millwall. Now, why do I think that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. So that's what I think. So we've got 2 predictions of 3-1 from David Pratton and from WhoScored.com. I could see it being 1-0 to Millwall. But I will take a draw. I'll take a 0-0 or a 1-1. Either way, I'm happy. So that's it for the predictions. But I just wanted to finish with this story. So Tyler Burey, a lot spoken about him this week. Now he was in the frame for League 2 Player of the Month, but he did not win it. Some guy geezer from Forest Green won it. But that's not what this is about. So we've got confirmation of how long he's going to be out for. So this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. The South London Press is an online website. And what do they say? They say sideline Millwall winger, who plays as a striker for Hartepool, set to rejoin League 2 club in November. So Millwall winger Tyler Burey will be out for at least 12 weeks after suffering a hamstring injury. The 20-year-old was loaned out to Hartepool United at the start of this season and scored 3 goals and provided 1 assist for Pools before sustaining an injury in a 1-0 defeat against Tranmere Rovers. The winger has been nominated for the League 2 Player of the Month award, which he did not win. Tyler had a scan on Monday which confirmed a grade 3 tear, said Hartepool United manager Dave Challinor. He then saw a specialist on Tuesday and he won't require surgery, but you're looking at 12 weeks if you're being conservative. Millwall will be safe with him being a young player and the first time he's picked up an injury of this nature. Hopefully we'll have him back by the end of November as a return to training or a return to play. He'll go back to Millwall, do his rehab, and then he'll come back and reintegrate to the group here. So there you go. So he's going back there in November. His loan was till January. So when he's fit enough to start training again, I assume they'll go back to Hartepool, and then hopefully they don't rush him back too soon, because hamstrings, they can be one of those recurring things that just happens over and over and over again. And I'm sure Tyler Burey needs some kind of warm-up exercise specific to him now to help him out with that. Make sure that doesn't happen again. And we'll see. Good luck to him. So that's it for today's Millwall video. Thank you for watching, and like I said, we're also on BitChute. Any video that's you can't get on here because you try to click on it and it tells you can't watch it, just go on BitChute and watch it on there. The biggest Millwall channel on BitChute, the only Millwall channel on BitChute. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.